Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. Your source for Ford news, update, and information with a video on the 2025 Ford Bronco. The order banks are now opened up without pricing. Bill and price is not available on Ford's website yet, but dealers can place orders. We just don't know how much anything is. So I placed some orders earlier, but I'm sure pretty soon we'll get that all squared away and everything, so we can do that. But I thought this is a great video. I like to make these videos that shows you what's different from last year versus this year. There's some of you that have been researching and been planning and trying to maybe get a vehicle, and you kind of been looking at the 24 model year, and maybe now 25's out. You're like, well, what's changed? What's different? And what's great about right now is for the next week, you can order both a 24 or 25. So if you watch this video and go, oh, I don't like some of those changes or whatever, I want a 24 instead, you have 1 week to go into your dealer and place that 24 order. They are going to be doing balance out scheduling this month, so you want to get it in pretty soon. Well, I guess you have a week anyway, but you want to get that order in. And if the dealer has an allocation like we do, we have plenty of allocations, you're going to still be able to get that 24 model year order scheduled for production for the end of the year. So they are going to be scheduled for December build dates, because they are going to build for 3 weeks in December for the 24 model year before moving to the 25 production in January. So anyway, so hopefully this video helps you out in either way you want to go, whether you want to get a 24 and order one, which order banks are open, or to stay with a 24, which order banks are still open for the next week. So hopefully this helps you out. And I will talk a little bit about our offer at the end of this. This video is really supposed to just give you help you guys out there, no matter where you want to get your vehicle. But I wouldn't put out the video if I didn't at least try to sell you just a little bit. If you want to order with us, we do have a YouTube special. We're doing invoice pricing on about all trim levels, including the Raptor, but not on the new Stroppe edition. That one there will probably be at MSRP on that one. But we have a specials going on that. And if you finance with us, $1,000 off as well. I'll reiterate that at the end. If you don't want to order from us, we can do that for you too. So, all right. So don't forget, make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of our videos, because we are going to be breaking down each of the different trim levels. I have the order bank now, so I could do those videos. I kind of like having a build and price so we can physically see the vehicle as we're talking about it. Which will make this video a little bit harder because we don't have that, but we're going to dive in. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those videos as those go live. So let's jump on over here to Ford's build and price website. Again, we don't have 25 yet. It should show up on this page where this 23 is. It should replace that with 25 model year to where we can see that. But for now, we're going to just go into the 24 model year build and price. In fact, can you even get to the, oh, here it is right here. So we're going to jump in here and kind of show you on this one here. So let's talk about the trim levels available for this year. So new for this year, or not new, but returning, is the base. The base trim is going to be back. So that is going to be a late availability. And when Ford says late availability, that always tells me, being in automotive and Ford for 20 years, it tells me that means it's a job 2, what we like to call a job 2, which means it's a second part of production. So Ford will, job 1 is your launch, of the model year. But if there's something that's new they want to introduce, like the Stroppe edition or a base, and they're not ready for it quite yet at the launch, then they can make it a job 2 change and then still not have to go wait a whole full year to have that introduced. So I'd assume March-ish probably production for that. So we'll get more information about that as it gets closer. Make sure you kind of pay attention to our scheduling videos that we do, because we do go over that information and when those are available. So base will be late availability. Big Bend is back. Black Diamond, that's going to be done as a trim level. It will be kind of, you can get what you have in a Black Diamond now in the Big Bend as a package. So they're doing what they've been doing to the Bronco Sport and make it a Black Diamond off-road package. That's kind of what they're doing here. You can get the Black Diamond package as part of the Big Bend trim. In fact, Big Bend's got a couple packages. So we got a new package that'll be available on that as well. We've already kind of discussed. A lot of people know already. Outer Banks is back for this year as well. And then, as we go through this, let me tell you what different configurations are available. On the base trim, you can get that in either 2 or 4-door configuration. So there you go. With a 2.3 liter engine only, either manual or automatic transmission. Big Ben will not be available as a two-door. That is gone away. Four-door configuration only, 2.3-liter motor only, but can get it in either the 7-speed manual or the 10-speed automatic transmission. The Outer Banks will be four-door only again. We can get this now for this year in the 2.3-liter or the 2.7-liter engine. So the 2.7 is back. I think that was had gone away maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to remember that now. But let me go to that page because I want to make sure there's no hidden things in there. So yeah, available only with the automatic transmission, but is available with the 2.7-liter or the 2.3-liter, but no manual transmission on the Outer Banks trim. All right, Heritage Edition. It is back for this year. So the not the limited edition, but the Heritage Edition is back. That'll be four-door only. So no two-door Heritage Edition, but will be available in four-door. Only available in the 2.3-liter engine, but will be available in either the 7-speed manual or the 10-speed automatic transmission. All right, keep it going here. We do have the Badlands. Badlands will be available in either the two-door or the four-door configuration for us. So available in either one. Now, something about the Badlands, there are some, the automatic transmission will be available. So it's available in either the 2.3-liter or the 2.7-liter EcoBoost engine. Available in 7-speed manual on the 2.3-liter and available with the 10-speed automatic with the 2.7, of course, on both the two-door and the four-door, but automatic on the two-door only with the 2.3-liter. To get automatic on a four-door, you have to go 2.7. So four-door 2.3 with a manual or four-door 2.7 with the automatic. So that's kind of how that breakdown is. We'll talk more about this. We're going to go through each trim level and tell you the changes each one. Everglades, that is gone. So that's not available this year. Wild Track is gone as well. So it is not available, but we're going to tell you how you can basically get a Wild Track in the Badlands edition. So all the things that are available in the Wild Track is available in the Badlands. So you can still get all the capabilities of the Wild Track. And really, I kind of want to talk about this just for a second, because a lot of people were kind of a little, in my opinion, misled on what the Wild Track was. Because the Wild Track was the highest price and trim level of the Bronco outside of the Raptor, a lot of people thought that was the most fully loaded Bronco. So let me just get that because it's already fully loaded. I see that it's more expensive than the Badlands. It comes standard high package. It comes standard leather seats. And so they felt like that was the highest one, and that's what they were ordering. The whole purpose behind the Wild Track was it got you the Baja mode. It was for that desert running, Baja racing, going out and having some high speed, as it mentions there, high speed off-roading. And not everybody kind of quite understood that. And so we will see, we do have replacing the Wild Track is a Stroppe edition. So I did a video on that. Make sure you check it out. I'll link it at the end of this video on that edition, which is available in only the two-door. And it is that bringing back the heritage of the Stroppe Bronco, that Baja Bronco available back in the 70s, where that vehicle was drop shipped down there and they gave it an off-road capable vehicle. So it'll come standard with the Haas 3.0 suspension, sway bar disconnect on it as well. So basically, if you want that Wild Track, you want to go Badlands, go ahead and add the Sasquatch package. You can add your leather, add the Haas 3.0, which we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Now, the Heritage Limited Edition is gone. Like I said, there was just a 2-year run, and so it's gone. And then we have Raptor is back, of course. 4-door configuration there for that as well on that. So let's kind of break down each one of these as we go through them for you. And again, if you're wanting a two-door, there's really only a couple ways to get a two-door. And one of them is the base model. The other is a Badlands, or you can get the limited edition Stroppe Bronco. So that'll be two-door only. So that's the only way to get those. So there you go. That's kind of breaks that down. I think Ford thought two doors for those hardcore people that want to go off-roading. And so they made it in those off-road capabilities. And that's why I guess I didn't do it the Big Ben. Anyway, so there we go. So we're going to jump in here into the Big Ben, and we're going to talk about the base trim level first. And I know there's no base on here, so we're just going to kind of wing it. And let me talk about a couple other things too as we talk about this. We got a couple colors. Talk about colors that have been discontinued for this year. We do have the hot pepper red will be discontinued for this year, so it is going away. They are going to replace it with a ruby red metallic tinted clear coat. So kind of still in that same palette, a little less orange in it. So there you go. Cactus gray, that is going away. So if you're somebody who wanted a cactus gray, you better get a 24 because that color is going away. Let's see what else. Race red is also going away. So a little sad about that because that looked really good in the Heritage Edition. But that is going away for this year. The Azure Gray is still around. Eruption Green is still around. Velocity Blue is also still available. Coarse Shadow Black is still available. And Oxford White still available as well. Iconic Silver, that is going away as well. So Cactus Gray, Iconic Silver, Race Red, and Hot Pepper Red as well. And then in the Heritage and Limited Edition, since that's going away, your Peak Blue and your Yellowstone are also going away for this model year. So there you go. There's that breakdown. Something else that was a change as part of the 2.7 liter engine was the electric brake boost. That is now standard on all series. So it was previously you had to go to the 2.7 to get that. Also, a couple of accessories here for the exterior. The removable hoop step is now a dealer installed option, but only on the base and the Big Bend trim. So it is not available otherwise on any of the other trims. And then also talked about colors. A couple other notes. The ambient footwell lighting was part of the mid package. It is now standard equipment on all series, including the base. And then they did move the hard top sound deadening headliner. It's now a standalone option on your four-door base, Big Bend, Outer Banks, and Badlands. That was basically last year. You picked a hard top with a headliner, or you picked a hard top without. Now you just pick your hard top, what are the color, and then do you want a headliner or not, and you just add it. And I'm fine with that. I like that. That's how that'll work. Now, here's one that really gets me: auxiliary switches. So was available. I have it on my Big Bend myself. It was a standalone option on a lot of the trim levels, and now it is no longer available on most of your trim levels. So how you would get the auxiliary switches is it's going to be available in the black diamond package on the Big Bend. It'll be standard on the Badlands and the Heritage Edition. And also should be on the Raptor. Didn't mention it in here, but should be on the Raptor as well. But you will not find it on the Outer Banks or the Big Bend unless you go with that package. So you cannot get that on an Outer Banks. So a heated steering wheel is no longer part of the Lux package or the Hilux package. They're actually renaming that package, by the way. It is now just the Lux package. So not Hilux. They can combine those packages. So combine the names. Anyway, heated steering wheel was part of that package. Now it'll be standard on the Outer Banks, Badlands, and Raptor. Yeah, kind of makes sense there. Interior grab handle. So this is actually one that, I don't know, some people might like that. That interior grab handle that's on the console right there, that is going away. That is now no longer included, no longer standard equipment. The way to get that grab handle is part of your Sasquatch packages. So you can get it on the Black Diamond. The Black Diamond package on the Big Bend. You can get it on the Sasquatch on the Outer Banks, and it's going to be standard on Badlands, standard on Heritage Edition, and it doesn't say Raptor, but should be included on a Raptor. And then also remove the wireless charging pad completely. So they removed it from the Hilux package, but I could not find it anywhere else listed. So that wireless charging pad has gone away. A lot of people have complained that it didn't work very well, so I guess Ford did away with it. So if you want one, you go to Bronco Sport. Anyway, there you go. Couple other, we have some new packages. As we mentioned, Black Diamond trim is gone, but we do have a Black Diamond package available that's going to be available in the Big Bend, as well as there will be a freewheeling package. That's an appearance package for the Big Bend trim as well. Again, Big Bend has a lot of little packages like that. Also, Black Appearance package is new for this year. So that'll be available on the Big Bend, the Outer Banks, and the Badlands. So that's going to take and give you basically your black grille, the black door handles, black fender flares, all that kind of stuff on that. And I think it also gives you the black painted hardtop as well as part of that package. So actually, it's right here. I guess I can look at it. Yeah, door handles, fender flares, grille. The mirrors as well. So if you add this on your Outer Banks, then it would take your body colored fender flares and door handles and mirror caps and change them to black. And then give you the Black Appearance graphics as well. And it does say the 17-inch high gloss wheel. So basically the Black Diamond wheel that's the wheel you're going to get on the black appearance package. So, and then they added a Raptor Shadow Black appearance package. So that package there will be just like the black appearance package. The only difference is you're getting that's the one you would pick if you have the Shadow Black exterior color, I believe. So that's the difference on that. And then there is a Black Diamond graphics package that'll be new and available on the Big Ben. Of course, require that Black Diamond package. And you also do have the matte film protective package on the Big Ben, Outer Banks, and Badlands series only. And you do have a Sasquatch graphics package for this year. Again, really wish we had images, but that'll be available. Of course, does require Sasquatch, but will be available on the base, Big Ben, Outer Banks, and Badlands trim levels. Not available on your Heritage Edition, and not available with the Stroppe Bronco or the Raptor for you there. So let's see what else. They did make instead of two different packages at the end of the year, they had two different Sasquatch packages. In fact, we could probably see it in here. You picked either the Sasquatch pack, which is the beadlock wheel, or you picked the one with the non-beadlock wheel. So now what they're doing is the Sasquatch package is going to come with this wheel here. Let's actually go ahead and select it. You'll see that. So now Sasquatch packages, that's going to be your standard Sasquatch. And then what they'll do is now they're going to just make an optional wheel. So that beadlock wheel, if you want that wheel instead, it's basically a standalone option. So you would choose your Sasquatch package and then go ahead and add that wheel as an optional equipment. So that kind of makes sense instead of making two different Sasquatch packages. So there we go. So there's that. Some other changes that are new for this year, and starting with the base trim, that's going to be standard on all vehicles. All your 4-doors with the automatic transmission will get the rear HVAC. So behind that console, you'll have a couple vents back there for those in the back of your 4-doors. So again, 4-door, and it does require automatic as well for that. So 7-speed won't get it, and the 2-doors won't get it. So just something to make aware of there. And also, they are now upgrading. So all of your clusters will be the 12-inch productivity screen here. So that'll be standard equipment now on all series, starting with the base. And that is your Raptor screen. And also we're seeing it in the Bronco Sport as well. So that's a change there for that too. So a couple different changes there. HVAC. All right. So that's all that's going to be standard equipment. And that'll be standard even on your base model, base trim. Now, going with the Big Ben, since we're already looking at the Big Ben here, couple changes to the Big Ben. They have gone back to the cloth seats. So you'll see cloth seats standard on your base as well as standard on your Big Ben trim. So that'll be cloth with the carpeted flooring. So they've kind of reverted back to that. Evidently, the supplier maybe got more back in, but there you go. So that's something that's changed. You can still get the vinyl seats and the washout flooring in the Molly system as a standalone option on the Big Ben. So just so you're aware of that. Something else to note: mid package is now standard equipment on the Big Ben trim, so no longer have to select it. It's going to be included. I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, you could keep the price down on the Big Ben by not having the mid package, but I think what they were doing with that was they were really differentiating the base from the Big Ben by making that mid package standard equipment. So that's what they're doing there. Also, LED fog lights have been removed from the Big Ben, so you will not see them as an option. The standard bumper. That's kind of a bummer there. I don't know about the mud ruts mode. So I did notice that the standard modes on the base did not include a mud ruts mode, and I didn't see it as an upgrade on the order guide when you go up to Big Ben. I'd assume it's still there. It's just maybe they need to add that to the order guide, would be my assumption there. But just to make sure everybody's aware of that. And then also on that mid package, the standard equipment, they did on the Big Ben does not include the auto dimming rearview mirror like it did in 24. So that was included in the mid package. It's included in the mid package in all the other trim levels like Outer Banks and Badlands, but not on the Big Ben. So a couple things that Big Ben's getting the shaft on a couple things there for you. But again, a bunch of packages still get Sasquatch package, Black Diamond package. That basically will give you a lot of look, gives you the rock rails. There's where you get your LED fog lights. That's where you get your auxiliary switches. That's not available otherwise. Your steel bash plates. That's where you get your interior grab handle back. That's also the rubberized flooring, vinyl seats, that kind of stuff. The bumpers are going to be powder coated, so that's going to be your Black Diamond bumper, right? Doesn't mention the front grille. I think that's part of the black appearance package. So really, if you wanted a Black Diamond like it was for 24, you would want to add the black diamond package, but you'd also want to add the black appearance package. So that may be something to think about, because that gets you the black door handles, fender flares, the black grille on the front. Also gives you the mirror caps that are black, the graphics as well, and then it gives you those black wheels that you would get from that, and then also the black painted hardtop included in that package, though. And then now, one of the things to note is I forgot to mention, if you order the Sasquatch on the Big Ben this year, does require the black diamond package, though. So does require that. So that's a caveat. You can't get a Big Ben with the Sasquatch like you can this year. Just adding it, you actually have to add the black diamond package. So that's required. So, and then there is the freewheeling package. If you want to go that route, that is going to give you the nice freewheeling package that's available. That is available on the course 4-door. These are all 4-door now, but it's going to get you the silver painted door handles. It's going to give you floor liners. It's going to give you the graphics package, iconic silver grille on the front with the white and red letters, and marine grade vinyl inside with the nice with the inserts in there with the freewheeling stripes, or the sunsetter stripes in those seats, the cloth inserts, and then give you the special black wheels that's going to come with it. So it'll be the same black wheels as the black diamond, I believe. But if you put the freewheeling with the Sasquatch package, which is the only way you can get Sasquatches with this package too, is that'll give you an upgraded wheel that you've been seeing in all the marketing clips. So that's going to give you that beadlock wheel with the red accents in there for it too. So there you go. So there's that. See a couple other things on that. Auxiliary switches is not available. LED signature lighting not available either as a standalone option. And they removed the brush guard on all the trim levels. So you can't get the brush guard anymore, with the exception of Badlands. Badlands, you can still get the brush guard. So, all right, there's that. Now let's talk about the go back here a little bit and go back to the Outer Banks trim here, which is actually the next trim in line since there's not a black diamond. So on the Outer Banks, did I click over? There you go. On the Outer Banks, something that I noticed is a change. You will see in here, it does have the same design as the Big Ben, but for this year, last year, that was the wording on that was it was a black painted grill. Now it's not called black painted. Instead, it's labeled black molded in color. So I don't know if it's the same design and it's just black instead of the carbonized gray like the Big Ben. But some people may not like the fact that it's not a high gloss black painted. So that's just something I noted on there. And then that comes standard with the mid package like it did last year. So other than that, not really changes. Of course, brought the 2.7 liter back. A couple changes to that Lux package, as we mentioned earlier. Does not include the wireless charging pad anymore, and does not include additional sound deadening on it, but does include 2 more speakers. So B&O audio sound system now with 12 speakers instead of 10. So maybe a little bit better audio. And then for the packages, still can get Sasquatch package on that. And also you can now get the black appearance package with the Outer Banks. So again, that's going to give you, instead of your body colored mirror caps, door handles, and fender flares, they're going to be black. So you're going to have that instead. And it gets you the black diamond wheel and then a black painted hardtop. So there you go there. Now, something I didn't mention earlier, but we do have the body colored roofs that were available in the Raptor last year are now available on more trim levels. And Outer Banks is one of those. Big Ben and Base are not. That's not available with those, but you can get a couple options now for hardtop. So on this one here, standard 4-door. So you can get the cloth top standard. You can get the molded in, the gray, carbonized gray molded in if you want, or you can get the black painted or the body colored painted. And then you can, of course, the dual tops for each one of those options there too. So those are different as well for this year. Cannot add auxiliary switches as a standalone option. They removed that. The removable hoop steps also is removed as an option. You cannot get the Raptor style boards. Was available last year on the Outer Banks. It is not available for the Outer Banks for this year, but believe I did see it as available on the Big Ben. But again, we'll go through all those for sure. Brush guard's been removed, and the heavy duty modular front bumper was an option last year on the Outer Banks. It is not available this year as a standalone option. So I think I covered all those. So, all right. Now moving on to the Badlands trim, which is probably the most versatile trim in a sense, because that kind of replaces not only the that kind of replaces your wild track in a sense. So let's go into the Badlands edition here. And change on this one here is last year, as you can see here, standard equipment was the heavy duty modular front bumper, which is, I love that bumper. I have it on my Bronco. That is not standard equipment this year. They've moved back to now it is that powder coated front bumper with the fog lights in it. So they kind of reverted back to 2023 bumper for that. You can still get that as a standalone option. So just so you're aware of that. And then heated steering wheel is now standard equipment, and then standard mid package on the Badlands. You can't get a Badlands quit with cheap Badlands. Now it comes standard with the mid package. So that means that price will probably go up for this year because of that. All right, some other things as we mentioned earlier, 10-speed automatic transmission is available with the 2.3 liter on the 2-door configuration only. So if you want automatic on the 4-door, you have to go up to the 2.7 liter. So keep that in mind. 2.7 liter is available on the 2-door and gets the automatic. But if you want the automatic with the 2.3, you would have to do that on the 2-door only. So there you go. And 7-speed is also available. So a couple options there. Now, Lux package is also available for this year in the Badlands as well. And again, removes the same items as it did for the Outer Banks. So it does not have the additional sound deadening and does not have the wireless charging pad. It does have the additional 2 speakers. So there you go. There's that. And now, of course, Sasquatch package available for this year as well. And you would want to add the optional wheel if you want that other beadlock wheel. And then black appearance package also available on the Badlands trim, giving you those options we mentioned earlier. And even the 2-door would include a shadow black painted roof as well. So if you select that on there, and then now here's where you can get also as a standalone option, the Haas 3.0 Fox internal bypass dampers. Does require a Sasquatch package to get them, of course, but that'll give it to you. So if you wanted something similar to the Wild Track, this is how you do it. We assume that would also get the upgraded steering rack as well. I don't know if that would be, you would need to get that to get the upgraded steering rack, or if it's already going to be standard equipment on the Badlands, but I'd assume it would be standard on the Badlands. What else? On standalone options, they removed the removable hoop step, but otherwise they left it. Of course, the modular front bumper is be standard equipment now. Don't forget that would delete your fog lights. There was some things on the Big Ben I forgot to mention, that if you get the modular front bumper, then you couldn't get the side steps on a Sasquatch or something. I don't know. There's some weird things. We'll cover those when we get to our full building price on that. So now I did a video on the Stroppe edition, so you might check that out, exactly what's included on that edition. I can't really show you images of that, so we'll just go back to the screen here. But that edition there, again, available only in the 2-door. It gives you that heritage look with the orange, code orange and white, with the Atlas blue hardtop and the black hood and tailgate and everything. It will come standard with the mid package as well as with the Lux package. So it'll get both of those in there, and it'll come standard Sasquatch as well. You get the Haas 3.0 suspension. You get sway bar disconnect on that one as well. And that will be a limited edition. So we don't know how that's going to be run. We assume it's going to be like it was with the Heritage Limited Edition, where maybe every dealer gets like 1 or 2 or something, but that'll come only in 2-door and only with the 2.7 liter EcoBoost with the 10-speed automatic transmission. So that's how that'll come as well. Now, something I haven't mentioned before, but there is a new package that I kind of overlooked on all trim levels, and that is the Ford integrated tether system. They call it the FIT system. And if you're a Maverick person, you'll know exactly what this is. There's little slots on the vehicle, and looks like this is going to come have a base plate that looks like it'll probably be behind the console. And for those of you know that there's some of the vehicles don't come with consoles or cup holders, I should say, in the back. Well, this is a great way because it's going to come with that little base plate and also give you the Bronco branded console cup holders and give you the Bronco branded small and large bins, so like little trash cans. So this is pretty cool. So I like that they're bringing that back. Wondering if I can get the replaced it for my 21 Bronco, because I definitely get it. But those that have a Maverick know exactly what this is, because there's all kinds of those fit systems in the Maverick. So there you go. So all right, go to the Raptor now. I think I got to move over 2 more. Going to the Raptor, a couple things that I noticed on the Raptor when it comes to wording for the standard equipment. You see this nice unique hood that they're talking about right here. Now, I did notice for this year, for some reason, that wording was removed. So it does not include the unique hood. So I don't know. Again, I'm hoping that's just an oversight. I got an email into the brand manager, so I'm hoping to get some confirmation of some of these soon. But that is something that I noticed was omitted from the order guide. And then also the grill, the last year was called carbonized gray painted grill. So this outside grill here was carbonized gray. This year it's calling it magnetic painted. So might be a little different color than last year. Just so you're aware of that. Magnetic is a different color palette than the carbonized gray. So they are two different colors. And I actually have seen a magnetic gray wheel lip moldings on the Ranger with a carbonized gray. And if you look at it closely, you can tell they are different shades. And then they did remove the wireless charging pad. That's no longer in the Lux package, so that's been removed for this here. But we do have heated steering wheel. That has also been included. Of course, they had the Lux package, so anyway, so you received that as well. Now, a couple other things that I did see in the packages as well. We do have a Raptor Black appearance package that is back for this year as well. So you have that package, and that package there is going to give you the unique. Here's where I see that wording: unique hood, matte black graphic. Okay, that's the hood graphic, I guess. Also gets you now. They're going to include the interior carbon fiber package. Last year, I think that was separated from that. That's been included in there. Also, that's included in the Code Orange appearance package, which was been returned for this year. And the body colored painted roof is part of the Code Orange appearance package. That was not included last year in that package. So that package will probably be more expensive this year than the $3,000 because of that. And then the Raptor Black appearance package gives you the shadow black painted roof. And then they now have a Raptor shadow black appearance package. And this in here says that it does require the shadow black paint. So I think that you basically on those black appearance package, if you have a black shadow black paint, you get that one. So evidently the top is going to be shadow black painted, and instead of just, well, they're already shadow black painted. I don't know. They all include the same things, except for it doesn't include the graphics. So that's one difference between that. So that makes it easy for them to do that. So there's that. And for this year, you'll notice down here when you get to accessories, there's not a lot to choose from. And when it comes to options and some of these accessories for this year, you'll notice there's not a lot there. And especially on the interior options for the Raptor. So I noticed that they added a bunch of other off-road stuff. So you'll see in here, not a lot of options there. So this year they've added some accessories, some dealer installed options. So an on-road assistance kit. So there was an off-road. Now you get an on-road cargo area rug. Also the cargo net kit has also been added. Cockpit cover, first aid kit, safety deposit box, and the console. The tailgate table has been added as an option. And the tube doors, and then the tonneau cover soft. Those have all been added. And there's a new option on all of trim levels, a windshield sunscreen as well. So that probably is, we can add it to your vehicle. A lot of dealers can add it to your vehicles, but there you go. So that's been changed. So one trim level we haven't talked about yet is the Heritage Edition. So let's go back because they do it. Ford actually put the Heritage Edition at the end on the order guide. But on the build and price, they actually put it here instead. So let's talk 4-door only, again, on the Heritage Edition. So not available in 2-door for this year. 4-door only, 2.3 liter only with the available in, actually, hold on a second. Sorry, not 2.3 only, 2.3 and the 2.7. So hopefully I'll correct that in the video at the beginning when I mentioned it was 2.3 only. 7-speed manual with only the 2.3, of course, and then the 2.7 gets automatic. You can also get the automatic with the 2.3 as well. So those are your options for that. Now, some only changes that I saw on this was last year, slide out tailgate with standard equipment on this. It is no longer included the standard equipment, but it is an option. So it's been added to standalone options. So you can get it if you want that, but they did remove it as well. They also removed the removable hoop step as an option, and they removed the cargo area protector for some reason as an option. And they also removed the tailgate table. It's not an option on the Heritage Edition like it was last year. And then also the body armor protective moldings was available as an option last year. That is not available this year. All right. So I think we've covered everything there, and there are a lot of changes, a lot more than I expected on the Bronco. And again, I do a deep dive. I go through every sheet, every page, and kind of compare what was different from the wording of this year versus last year, because sometimes those major changes don't always include everything that's different. They may not want to highlight material change or a color change on something, but I like to make sure you guys are in the know on exactly how it will be different from last year versus this year. So hopefully you guys did get this information is valuable for you, especially if you're researching one of these. If you're wanting to order 2025 model year Bronco, again, we can help you out. Go to your local dealer. You can get a good deal there. Just make sure when you do place that order that they get you a copy of that order sheet so you know what that price is, and then get a copy of a buyer's order. They should have you sign that anyway to place a custom order. That make sure they put on there what price they're going to price it to you. Like I said, we're doing invoice pricing. So if they're doing that, make sure that they put that on there so you don't get any surprises when it comes in. Make sure you find out what their dealer fees are and everything. Kind of like with us, we're doing a $4.95 dealer fee. We add nothing else to our vehicle. We don't require a paint protective film or window tint or anything like that. That if you like to purchase it, we have aftermarket available to do that, but we do not require that in any of our vehicles. It's just invoice pricing. $4.95 dealer fee, and then if you finance a vehicle with us, we'll take $1,000 off of that price. So anyway, so that's our offer. And so just make sure, get with your dealer, you get all that stuff in writing ahead of time, because you don't want to wait a couple months and then that come in and then get surprised with some different pricing, right? So, okay, hopefully that does help you out. And otherwise, we're going to be, make sure you subscribe with the bell notification turned on, because we're going to be breaking down each one of these trim levels and going through those. Hopefully by the time we're able to do that, probably going to do the Ranger first and then go to the Bronco, hopefully building prices up by then so we can use that as examples to be able to see what it looks like. And till then, hope you guys have a great day. Stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you guys on that next video.